don't forget to smash that like button. And if you haven't subscribed already, click that subscribe button. Trust us, it'll be worth it. Thank you. Thank you. What is up, everyone? I am Chris Knight, and you are watching The Real Review 3000. And today we are going to be touching on the subject of Episode 9, Star Wars Episode 9. And I guess, in a way, some of the particulars behind Colin Trevorrow's Episode 9 script have now leaked or gotten out. And there are lots of different articles that I've read about this. I'm going to pick this one, and I'm going to put a bunch of other ones in the description box below so you can kind of get as much of whatever they're talking about as possible. The first thing is, I will say this. What I read, and we'll read what this article here says, but what I've read, I'm not sure if it would have been better than JJ's in a way. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. Because everybody was pretty much saying there was two ways to write it. You continued down the path that the Last Jedi led everybody to, or you basically retconned the whole thing. They retconned it mostly in Rise of Skywalker, and I guess Colin Trevorrow was just going to follow the path that the Last Jedi gave. But there were some things that I've read that basically said that Colin Trevorrow rewrote this script after Carrie Fisher died because it changed the whole concept of the movie. And so he rewrote it and changed a lot of things in it. I wasn't under the impression he was still involved with it that far into it. I thought he was pretty much out of it before The Last Jedi hit theaters, but that's just me. Maybe I was wrong. But he rewrote most of it after Fisher died. Let's go over here to the reaction screen. The original Star Wars 9 script has allegedly leaked, and it's much better than The Rise of Skywalker. Now, I'm going to say I don't think it's much better, but let's just go down here. Never underestimate Star Wars leakers. The devoted group of fans who post daily on the I guess it's the Reddit Star Wars leak, somehow managed to publish a fairly comprehensive script breakdown of The Rise of Skywalker months before its release. And it was real. To anyone who read that breakdown, had the entire movie spoiled. Hell, the Star Wars leakers even acquired 2 images straight from the film's ending all the way back in October. We don't know how they do it, but they don't seem to be stopping anytime soon. This week, the subreddit is pouring through a brand new document that allegedly describes blow by blow the first script of Episode 9. And like I said, I read it was the second script, but we'll just go. The first script written for Episode 9 that was written by its original director and writer team, Colin Trevorrow and Derek Connolly. What do they claim the final film in the Skywalker saga was going to be titled? Duel of Fates. Not a bad title. Which I don't disagree with. I like that much better than The Rise of Skywalker. None of this has been verified by Disney or Trevorrow, of course. And story details are known to change all the time throughout production, so it's hard to say if any of this would have remained in the final cut of the film. But if true, Trevorrow's vision for the end of the Skywalker saga was wildly different than the mediocre movie we got from J.J. Abrams. Again, I find it funny that a lot of people are writing about The Rise of Skywalker and talking about mediocre, disappointing. Critics are killing this movie. They're really just tearing it apart, as are fans, and they have every right to do so. I'm not saying that it's wrong that they're doing. I just find it funny that everybody's on board with this. This sucks. Now it's like it's really weird. So many people out there that John Campea even said I didn't like it. This is the guy that when The Last Jedi came out said I loved this movie, and then of course backed away from that quite a bit later. So yeah. But I find it funny that so many people are talking about, the disappointment that they got or the mediocre movie and all that. So it's interesting. The biggest difference is the absence of our evil friend, Emperor Palpatine. Go figure. He wasn't in the third one. He wasn't in Episode 9 ever. Guys, just don't don't ever believe what Star Wars is telling you, or what Kathleen Kennedy or JJ is telling you about that. He wasn't in it. Trust me. The biggest difference is the absence of our friend Emperor Palpatine. The leak says that Duel of Fates put a bigger emphasis on Kylo Ren, Rey, the First Order, and the Resistance than the Eternal Sith Lord. That is to say, the action comes from the unrest between those opposing forces, not an entirely new or very old threat of Darth Sidious. Palpatine is mentioned in the breakdown, but based on the scene descriptions in the breakdown, he doesn't seem to actually appear in the film. Duel of Fates opens with a pretty vague crawl. The iron grip of the First Order has spread to the farthest reaches of the galaxy. Only a few scattered planets remain unoccupied. Traitorous acts are punishable by death. Determined to suffocate a growing unrest, Supreme Leader Kylo Ren has silenced all communications between neighboring systems. Led by General Leia Organa, the Resistance has planned a secret mission to prevent their annihilation and forge a path to freedom. This opening text isn't too far from what's going on in the onset of Rise of Skywalker, except for the whole dead speaking thing. But the difference here is the state of Kylo Ren. According to the description, the moody Dark Lord has, like Luke Skywalker, vanished. He's off on Mustafar, skulking around Darth Vader's castle, haunted by the ghost of Luke Skywalker. Ren does find an ancient Sith device, but it's not a Wayfinder like in Rise of Skywalker. It's a holocron, go figure. Which leads him to someone named Tor Valum, a Sith teacher of Palpatine. Interesting. Both Ren and Rey seem to be trying to put an end to the Sith and the Jedi. It's a story detail that many expected to appear in Episode 9, putting an end to the centuries-old conflict between these warring religions. Rey believes there is still good in Kylo Ren, and Kylo realizes that it was love that clouded Darth Vader's perception. There are some great highlights in this alleged leaked script, too. Rose Tico and BB-8 get a high sequence of their own, which I read was with with Finn in another one. So this is obviously from a different script, because the other one said it was Rose Tico and Finn going to do this, which, again, the more of her, I don't know. I didn't want that. So that's the first thing I saw that was like, no, we don't need more of her. Anyways, the Resistance, including Poe and Finn, steal a goddamn Star Destroyer. Interesting. Kylo Ren fights a Darth Vader, and Chewie even pilots an X-Wing. In the end, it's revealed that Kylo Ren killed Rey's parents. She's not a Palpatine. She's just Rey. Now, that was in the other one, too. The Force Ghosts, Luke, Obi-Wan, and Yoda all assist Rey in her final battle against Ren. The Jedi all try to bring Ben back to the light, but they are unsuccessful. As the leak says, Ben is extinguished. He's extinguished in this one, too, technically. Splitting hairs, I know. You can read the full breakdown on Reddit or listen to a live review of the script by a fan YouTuber, Robert Meyer Burnett, which I will put his link in this, too, because Robert Meyer is awesome. Robert Meyer Burnett is completely awesome. He's a great guy, and I've been on a few streams with him. Go check out his channel. Just go. Don't walk, run. Real or not, this alternative story for Episode 9 feels cathartic to read right now. It's refreshing to imagine anything different than the film J.J. Abrams made. Who knows, maybe Trevorrow will actually get to direct a Star Wars movie someday. Maybe. Now, the creative differences, they may not have wanted him to do what he was going to do anyways. Who knows? Again, I don't know if with all the Rose Tico stuff and things like that it sounds like I would have liked it that much. I didn't like Rose Tico as a character. Sorry, kill me. I get it. Whatever. But I will say that it would have been better. At least, ride the horse all the way home. The horse was that you killed Snoke, you killed Luke Skywalker. That's all done by the hands of Mr. Roundhead, and you just go on with the way that The Last Jedi made it. Just go. You have to finish it. Just do it, instead of backing off of everything that you let him do. So I'm not sure how much better this would have been. Probably a lot better, but that doesn't mean it's that much better. A lot better than The Rise of Skywalker is not necessarily the greatest thing in the world. So let me know what you guys think. Put your comments down below. Remember, I'll put all those links down in the description below, and I'll put a bunch of these articles down there too. So with that said, I am Chris Knight. This is the Real Review 3000. Remember to smash that like button. Hit the bell so you know when we're coming out with new stuff. And also, please consider subscribing. Hit that subscribe button. And don't forget, we do take requests. If you got anything you want us to review, react to, talk about, we are willing to do it. Thank you, guys. You have a good day. I'm out of here.
Hey guys, thanks for checking us out. Be sure to subscribe to both channels, and make sure to check out our friends in the Fandom Minutes. You can find us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and BitChute, and you can also send us an email at sean@seanstackhousereacts.com and chrisknight@therealreview3000.com. And be sure to swing by our Teespring store to pick up some awesome merchandise.